Are they a talker or are they a doer? Who do you think makes more money? People that, oh, I want to make a lot of money. I'm going to kick ass. I'm going to work really hard. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'll give you an example, and I don't want to go down a rabbit hole. I have a coaching client, one-on-one, paying me $2,000 a month. And all she's fucking done is given me lip service. Doesn't do the work. I'm like, stop paying me. I don't want your money. You're wasting your money and my time. So it's I'm trying to inspire you. I want you to shoot for the stars, but know that it requires effort. And here's the great news. Gang, I'm privileged that my father was a plumber, and I've dug ditches. I've cut into sewer lines where somebody flushed a toilet, and I'm covered in shit. And do you know I was making $15 an hour at that time? It sucked. But if you'll spend, maybe as newbies, 5 hours a week studying, mastering, executing, practicing, rehearsing, recording it, writing it out. In the course of a month, you've spent 20 hours. In 2 months, you've spent a full week of training. You're going to get really, really good at it. And what the upside of this standard that I'm trying to inspire you to push up to will mean that you will have less pain and suffering where you go on a great appointment, the sellers are moving to Toledo, job relocation. They've already bought a house in Toledo. They need to sell it, and they go with Coldwell Banker. That's a kick in the pants. And I don't want that to happen to you. So for the average agent outside of our environment, they have to go on, 7 appointments to get one. I want you to get all 7. And do you believe that if you can you don't have to be me, but if you can get the majority of what we're training, you're going to get 6 out of 7 or 5 out of 7. So I can only control what I can control. But I'm going to tell you the secret is discipline. I would make a note right now, 5 hours a week, where do I put it in my schedule? And it doesn't have to be 5 hours in a block. It could be 2.5 hour sessions, and really dive into it. Watch the recordings. You guys have access to my Inner Circle program. I can see when you're logging in. Let's turn that up, right? Let's watch a couple of fewer episodes of Yellowstone, watch a couple more episodes of Brian, get it out of the way, shut me the F up, and go, listen, dude, I know everything you're teaching me. Let me share my screen. This is what I have. Make sure we're on the same screen, same page. Okay, so concierge raving fan, guaranteed sale program, where buyers come from. Special financing program, signage, QuickBooks. So I can bold that one. So do you guys recall me saying we want to prioritize these in order of impact? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, so as I look at this list, and we could debate it. As long as we're hitting with impact, I'm good with it. Anything that you do is going to be better than the competition. Anything. So I'm excited about that. You should never lose. The more impactful, the less likely it is you'll lose. So since this is being recorded and we're at the 25-minute mark for Melissa, if you want to transcribe this, it'll help execute on it. So let me share my screen. So I've talked to the seller. What was that, Jeremy?
I was just saying we can go back and transcribe it by typing it when we get the recording.
Okay, cool. So I've set them up so that they're sitting here on the edge of their chair, waiting to hear what we do to increase the price of their home. So the first thing I want to show you, Jeremy, and I'm going to hand this to him. So it's not a PowerPoint slide. I'm going to hand this to him and I'm going to go, do you know what this is? Now, that is a question. I'm purposeful and intentional with my questions. I want to engage the seller. When you engage them, your chances of winning go up. So, and there's no bad answer. I'm prepared for, he either says, yeah, I know what it is, or I don't know what it is. But I've asked him to engage him, to keep him engaged. So, Jeremy, do you know what this is? Does this look familiar to you?
No, not really.
Okay, this is our advertising expense for the fiscal year last year. Price is a function of supply and demand. And, I'm applying for a job here today. I know you've talked to other agents. I want to show you, not just tell you, because everybody tells you they do a lot to sell your home. I'm going to show you where we spend our advertising dollars. We have billboards, we have the marquee out front, we're on all the internet sites, we have signage. Our signage is unique, it stands out because everything matters. The devil is in the detail. Now, as you look at this, Jeremy, and you see all the marketing and advertising we do, what's the total number at the bottom of the page?
Almost 289,000.
Yeah. So we're spending $25,000 a month before we ever sell your home, so that we leave no stone unturned. Did any of the other agents you interview show you, not just tell you, but show you what they spend and where they spend it?
No.
I'm sorry?
Nope.
Come again?
No, they didn't.
Now, I over-exaggerated that one, but do you guys understand what I'm doing?
Yeah.
All right. And that, guys, ladies, this is effing fun for me. This is a fucking chess match that's unfair to anybody else. It's the cat and the mouse. The cat can kill the mouse, but doesn't want to kill the mouse. I'm playing with the freaking seller. I'm whacking him in the head. I'm in total control. I love what I do. Nobody fucks with me. No seller fucks with me. You think they're going to ask me to cut my commission? It's never even going to come up. They need to be ashamed of themselves to do it if we set this up appropriately. Okay. What's really important when you transcribe this is getting them to what's the number at the bottom of the page. And Jeremy goes almost $289,000. Now, whatever the number is, Jeremy, it's a massive number compared to what anybody else is doing.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's awesome. And you can put in marketing consultant and what you're paying me to puff that number. So instead of call it coaching and training, put it in there as marketing, because we do, you guys were just on the inner circle call. And we talked about how to generate more leads, and more leads means more demand on the seller's house. Okay, so that's one example. Another example would be the guaranteed sale program. So, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, your home is in an upscale neighborhood. Your home's in a nice neighborhood. The likelihood that the buyer buying your home has a home to sell is probably pretty high. Does that make sense? Meaning they're going to be selling their $400,000 home to buy a home in this neighborhood. It's not generally a first-time buyer's home. Would you agree with that, Jeremy?
Yes.
Now, how important is it for your agent to identify who the ideal client profile is of the person buying your home?
Really important.
You would think, right? One would think. So knowing that the person who's buying this home probably has a home to sell, we've created a guaranteed sale program so that they can buy your home without any contingencies. You see, if 90% of the buyers out there have a home to sell, and I'm just an ordinary traditional agent, and I bring you an offer, full price offer, they're well qualified, but it's subject to their home selling. How excited are you, Jeremy?
Probably not very excited.
And why wouldn't you be excited? One of the reasons might be you don't know when their home's ever going to sell, if it's going to sell. So you're taking your home off the market in the hopes that these people sell their home. We don't know if it's priced right. We don't know who they're working with. So that presents a whole bunch of problems. But with us, instead of just having 10% of the market that can buy your home with no home sale contingency, you now get 100% of the market, because we have a program where we'll buy their home for cash so that they can buy your home with no home sale contingency. Can you see how that will increase the demand on your home?
I do, but do you write them a lowball offer, or how does that work?
On the home that we're buying?
Yes.
Everything is based off market value. We're so confident in our ability with all the marketing and advertising that we can do, that we can sell that home at a price acceptable to the client so that they can buy your home. And the benefit to us is we get multiple sales. By offering this program, we get paid on your sale. We also get paid on their sale.
Nice.
Yeah, many of our sellers like it. Did the other agents you talk about have any solutions to this massive problem?
I don't know if they did, but they didn't mention it.
Okay, if they had a solution to the problem of a buyer buying your home with a house to sell, do you think they might have told you about it?
I would think so.
Yeah, I'm not aware of too many agents that have the success and the financial resources to do this. So by the way, it's no added cost to you for this program. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me show you another thing we do to increase the demand. So I'm just going from one to the next, but I'm not rushing through it. And I'm watching Jeremy, and I appreciate that question. It's all based on market value.
That was a really good answer.
Thanks. So, and it doesn't happen a lot, but we want to be prepared when it does. And I've engaged him, and when you're transcribing it, listen for the questioning, right? Listen for the dialogue back and forth. Okay, the next thing that I want to talk about with you, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, is where do you think buyers start their search for a home in today's world? In today's technological world, how do you think buyers find inventory?
Probably online.
You guys are brilliant. You've got that right. You nailed it. So how important is it that your agent spends the money, the resources, to make sure that your home shows up anywhere a buyer might be looking for a home?
Really important.
So most agents, and I hope I'm not going too granular for you. That's just me, Brian Moses, asking another question, right? Checking in with Jeremy. Because if he says, so if I say, I hope I'm not getting too granular for you and that this is helpful. See him, he's nodding his head. No, this is really good. I've got the fish on the hook. So those are good little, and once you understand all the check marks, you'll be able to have a conversation that doesn't sound scripted. So I hope I'm not going too granular for you, because most agents will put your home on Zillow, they'll put your home on realtor.com, and maybe a couple of other sites. Do you have a recollection in speaking with the other agents, how many sites they put your home on?
No, I don't remember.
Okay. If it was several hundred, would you remember that?
Yeah.
So it probably wasn't several hundred?
No.
They just want to take a big pile of commission out of your equity? Is that pretty much what you're feeling?
I don't know. They seem like decent agents, but they didn't mention that.
Okay. Well, here's what we do. We syndicate your property to over X number of websites because we feel it's imperative that we don't know where the buyer is coming from. Many come from Zillow. Many come from realtor.com. Those are probably the top two. But I don't want to miss out on any other options. I want to create a bidding war for you. So we're on hundreds of different websites. Can you see the advantage of that?
Yes.
All right. So Jeremy, are you started? Now this is where I check in with them after 3 benefits. We did the marketing expenses. We did the guaranteed sale program in this example, and we just did website syndication. So that's 3. Once you do 3, how many of you feel I did an adequate job?
Yeah.
Pretty okay.
Nailed it.
So all we're looking to do is differentiate. And with those 3, rarely do I have to do any more. And the better you get at articulating this, the less you'll have to do. It's less work, it's more fun. So now I'm going to check in, and this is where I haven't been used. I didn't give them pricing. We didn't talk about market. And there's only 2 ways this could go. Well, 3, and we'll address all of them. I say to the seller, Jeremy, are you starting to see that there's a lot more to having the assurance that your house sells for the top of the market versus the bottom of the market? There's a lot more involved than just picking any random agent off social media or somebody who is very nice, very well-intended that you might even know or play golf with or get your hair cut by. Like, this is my profession. That, by the way, that's a bonus line that I just threw in there. It's not scripted anywhere. This is my full-time career in my profession. I've spent countless hours of training, investments of my own money to become an expert at getting your home sold for the most amount of money. So there's a lot more to it. Are you comfortable with my skills and my qualifications, or would you like me to give you more?
I think I'm pretty comfortable with them.
Okay, I'm happy to go deeper.
No, that's okay.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm watching Jeremy, and if I'm not 100% sure, notice how I asked the same question a different way. He said, I'm pretty comfortable. I'm happy to go deeper. No, that's good. So I might even go one more. So compared to the other agents, how does our marketing to increase the demand compare to the other agents you spoke with? Is it close?
I feel like it's pretty superior.
Okay, that's good enough for me. Is it okay if we move on to pricing?
Yep.
Did everybody see what I did? And by the way, that question, please send it to me in a text or an email, because it's not in the listing presentation, but it's a really good question. Compared to the other agents, how do you feel our marketing is to increase the demand on your home? That will ultimately, are we equal? And if they're doing a better job, I want to know about it, and no hard feelings. And I tip my hat to them. And if he says it's pretty superior, that's good enough for me. Let's move on to pricing.
Yeah, my only hesitation is I wanted you to go through the other things.
We're gonna.
As a coaching client, but as a seller, I would be ready to move forward.
Brian, will you say the ending one more time, compared to the other agents you met with?
Yeah, compared to the other agents that interviewed with you, how does our marketing, because marketing is the engine that drives up the demand, how does our marketing and our ability to create demand for your home compare with the other agents that you've interviewed? Some way like that. You could ask me 10 ways, it'd be slightly different, but the general gist of it is that. And we're going to do a couple more. And, my goal is for you to have like 8, 10, 12, so that based on, what if you're at an entry level home and the buyer for that home is probably a first time buyer? I wouldn't use the guaranteed sale program. So we want to have a couple more. Let's do the buyer match program. So I would have a printout and I would say, hey, Jeremy, let me give you this. And he takes it. By the way, all of this is psychological training that we don't need to get into, but everything I do is done for a reason. And the reason is influence. That's the only reason. So I give it to Jeremy. He's got it in his hand. He's engaged. He's vested. All of those are good things. I say, any idea what that is? He goes, I have no idea. It looks like a bunch of names and phone numbers. These are all of the active buyers in our database who have reached out from our marketing, indicated that they're looking for a home in our area, in our region, and have yet to buy a home. If you'll go to the last page, how many people are there? And I don't know if it's 500, 1,000, 75. It could be 75. It doesn't need to be a huge number. It just needs to be a benefit that the competition isn't doing. Right? If I have 75, but we'll use a low number, which you guys will crush this because you have thousands of people in your database. So you could segment it by, just in the last month, we've got 30 people who have identified that they're looking for a home. Can you imagine the power of having 35 additional buyers competing, demanding, wanting to see your home? Can you see the benefit of that? We've already shared with you how much we spend in marketing, but much of the buyer for your home has probably already likely been procured. They're already probably active in the market. And I'm sharing this with you to show you that we're very active in marketing. We're very diligent in our business practices, and that we're focused on increasing the demand and leaving no stone unturned. So if you were to hire us, wouldn't you want your agent to tell everybody about your home being for sale? And we'd start with this list of 75 buyers. Can you see that as a benefit? Fantastic. So that's how I would articulate the buyer match program. And the question at the end is, can you see that as a benefit? They go, yes. What would be another, let me look at another one. So
I like to point out that the new one you gave us, the census track.
oh yeah. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so you guys know what it looks like, right? I don't need to pull it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to have a screenshot of your area. You want to click on inbound traffic. And there'll be a little red button. You put your cursor over it and it'll show you where the buyers are coming from. What county was it that we uncovered for you guys?
King.
And where are you? What county are you in?
Oh, sorry, we're in King County.
And where are the buyers most?
Snohomish. And then there was somewhere in California, but I can't remember where the place in California is.
Okay, so, you know, for sake of training, I'm not going to get, I don't know your area, but I'll just make some name up. And you can just insert the correct name. So the other thing that I think you'll find really cool, and this will be the last one unless you want to hear more, I could go on for days about all the things we do to increase the demand because it's so important, is we subscribe to a service called migration tracking. And here's what it looks like. So you can see where your home is located in King County, but see these red and orange highlights? This is where the majority of buyers come from to move into King County. So you'll see this area in Los Angeles County, I think was one of them. Another area north of you guys in Washington, you know, Sonoma County. So what this allows us to do is it allows us to take your home and target through social media those communities where the buyers are more likely to come from. And it's just another added piece, another added layer of our depth of marketing. Kind of cool, don't you think? And,
Yeah.
you know, dumb question. I got to imagine the other agents are using this too, because it's so powerful. We get lots of leads from doing this. Did the other agents you meet with, they're doing that too?
They didn't mention it.
God, what did they mention? Mic drop, right? So what's really cool about this training is you're hearing me ad lib. I know where I'm going and we're having dialogues. I'm having fun with it. And I go, you know, we covered a lot. What are they doing? And then Jeremy's like, I wish you could have seen it. His eyeballs are like, you know, his reaction was priceless. All right, so 5 benefits. And then we're going to take an inferior posture and we're going to say, is it okay if we talk about pricing now and the market conditions?